Hello everyone and welcome back to another Major Arena Soccer League season. My name is Alec, and this year I am happy to be partnering with Inside the Arena to bring you all Major Arena Soccer League predictions. Last year the season ended with the Milwaukee Wave being crowned the champions, which is something I did not predict, but we're not here to dwell on the past, we are here to predict the future. So with that, let's get into my Week 1 predictions. Now, the first week is always tough to predict because a lot of the players have switched teams during the offseason and you're not quite sure how they're going to gel with their new squad. Not to mention all of the entirely new faces to the league, which makes things even tougher to predict. But we do start off the season with a very familiar matchup. We have Utica City FC playing at the Baltimore Blast, one of the best rivalries in the league. Utica had a pretty busy offseason. They brought in players such as Togba, Zuniga, and Segura. They did, however, also lose players such as Ubi Parapovic and Joey Tavernisi. The Blast, on the other hand, their offseason was a little bit quieter. They did lose Elton de Oliveira to the Harrisburg Heat. They also brought in Victor France from the Orlando Seawolves. But the player I'm going to be watching on the Blast, was with them last season, is Kalu. I think that he is on the edge of being a big impact player, and I think that we might finally get to see that this season. So what's going to happen when these two teams get together to open the season? Well, I do think that Utica City, on paper, has made more improvements than the Blast. But I still think that the two teams overall are very evenly matched, and I expect this rivalry to pick up right where it left off last season. I expect this to be an excellent game. It's going to be my game of the week. It's really a toss-up for who might win this game, but I'm going to pick the Blast because it's their home opener, and I think that will give them the adrenaline rush and that little edge that they need to win the game. Also on Friday, we have the Florida Tropics playing at the Orlando Seawolves. Great googly moogly, did Florida have a massive offseason. They added some big name players such as Drew Ruggles and Steven DeRue, and I think they're going to be the most improved team in the league this season. On the flip side, Orlando did not have a very big offseason. They did bring in Sinclair from the Kansas City Comets, but they also lost one of their biggest impact players, Gordy Gerson. He went to Florida. So I think that Florida is going to win this game without many troubles, and I think it's just going to be the first win of many wins for them this season. Out west, we have Flash de Monterrey playing at Soles de Sonora, who are also making their return to the MASL after taking a season off. I am very excited for this game, mostly because I'm excited to have Sonora back in the league, but I don't know a lot about Sonora. They're kind of like Rochester in Canada. I don't know what their team is really going to look like this year. I know some of their players are coming back from before their hiatus, but I'm still kind of wondering what this team is going to look like. As for Monterrey, they were in the championship last year, and their team is still fairly intact, minus the big loss of Frank Tayu. As we all know, Frank Tayu can be a true difference maker on a team, so Ontario has a lot to look forward to this year, but that is going to be a big loss for Monterrey. But with that being said, I just have too many questions about Sonora to pick them in this game, so I'm going to pick the Flash to win this one. Then for our final game on Friday, we have the Kansas City Comets playing at the Cal Express. Kansas City did lose some big players this offseason, such as Togba and Sinclair, but they did manage to keep Leo Gibson, who is one of the best players that they have, as well as one of the best players in the league. As for Cal, well, they're in the same boat as Sonora, Rochester, and Canada. I don't really know a lot about what their team is going to look like. I do know that historically the Express have not been the best team in the league. I have no reason to believe that they're going to make improvements this season, and because of that, I'm going to pick the Comets to win this one. Then after that, we have another repeat matchup. We have the Baltimore Blast, this time playing in Utica against Utica City FC. And for this game, I'm picking Utica City FC for the same reasons I picked the Blast on Friday. It's Utica's home opener, and I think that will give them the edge that they need. We then move out west for a non-repeat matchup. We have the Cal Express playing at the San Diego Sockers. Last season ended in heartbreak for San Diego with a crushing loss to Flash de Monterrey in the semifinals. This year, I think San Diego is going to be angry. I think they're going to be even more determined than they were last year. And their team still looks pretty solid. They did lose Christian Segura to Utica, but they brought in Ubi Parapovic from Utica, so I think that will balance out. They also brought in Aguirre from RGV, who I think will help them on their defensive end. So I think this team is very scary coming into the season, and I think they'll handle Cal without many problems. I'm picking San Diego. Then on Monday, we have Soles de Sonora traveling to Monterrey to play the Flash for the second time this weekend. And for the second time this week, I am going to pick the Flash to win this game. As I said, I just have too many questions about Sonora. Although I should say Sonora might very well answer those questions this week. They have a track record of being a very good team, so it wouldn't surprise me if after this week, I feel much more confident in their abilities. We'll see. As for now, I'm picking the Flash. And just like that, 1 week of predictions are in the book. Make sure you come back next week to see which ones I got right and which ones I got wrong, as well as to see my week 2 MASL predictions. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.